In this problem, we're changed up what we're asked for a little bit. Instead of finding the area like we did in 1 through 8, we're actually asked to find the radius. So we're going to use the same formula. The area of the sector equals pi r squared times theta over 360. We're just going to plug in what we know and find a different variable this time. So it tells us that the area of the sector is 78. So I'm going to plug that in for the area of the sector. Equals pi times r squared. We aren't sure what r squared is yet. That's what we're trying to find. But we are given the theta for the angle. We know that we want an angle of 170, so we're going to do 170 over 360. So what I want to do is I want to solve for my variable r now. So I need to get that r squared by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is to divide everything by 170 over 360. That way I can clear that out. And when I divide that, I'm just going to leave it as a fraction so I don't have to worry about decimals or rounding right now. But that's going to give me 2,808 over 17 equals pi r squared. And again, I want to avoid changing it to a decimal until the very end. That way I don't encounter any rounding errors. So the r squared is not by itself yet, so I need to divide both sides by pi. That's going to cancel out over there. On this side, it's going to give us about 52.57730355. I would just leave that in your calculator and just immediately on the next part do the next step. That way you don't have to worry about as many decimal errors if you start rounding early. But then we have the r squared by itself, so you should know that to get rid of a squared, we want to take the square root. So we take the square root of both sides, and that's going to give us, when we round to 2 decimal places, 7.25 centimeters, giving you your answer. Problem 10 will work very similar. This time, though, you will be solving for the angle. So you'll plug in everything into the formula except the angle, and you'll solve for the angle. All right, see you next time.